Hi again, beautiful people. Julia here. This video I'm going to be talking about the low carb diet that you must be on for 30 days before your surgery date. So I'm sure that every doctor might have a little variated versions of these, but I'm sure that the diet is going to be very similar for just about every patient. Basically, my doctor calls it the 30 for 30 diet. You're only allowed to have 30 grams of carbohydrates per day. And you have to do it for 30 days before your surgery day. This is meant to help you lose that 5 to 10% of your body weight before you are operated on, which is I think most surgeons have that requirement. Mine is 5%. That will help lose that weight, and it's also designed to get your stomach to shrink a bit and your liver to shrink a bit. My doctor had told me that I had fatty liver disease, which sounds so scary, but he reassured me saying that this is something that can go away after my weight loss, and it's something that, you know, a huge percentage of obese people have, and it's for obvious reasons. Everything that you put in your body, you know, is going to affect your insides, and the liver is something that, you know, it doesn't have to be alcohol. It can be food that creates your liver to just get bigger than it should, work double time. So the more fatty foods you eat, the worse your liver is going to be. But anyway, another thing that I found out about this diet was it's a modified Atkins diet. So I didn't, you know, really think about it that much. I was like, Atkins is low carb. Let's go buy the shakes and the bars and the meals and then I saw this little thing that said net carbs, because all of their Atkins things has you know, like 2 net carbs. So I was like, oh, 2 carbs a day. But then I was like, what is a net carb? So I emailed my nutritionist and asked her if net carbs were a part of this diet that I was allowed, and she said no. And it's just kind of, I mean, I'm not knocking Atkins. Whatever works for other people is fine, but for this surgery, net carbs don't really, I'm sorry, net carbs don't count. It makes it life harder. A net carb is like, so let's say that this Atkins shake has 10, well, a shake wouldn't have 10, but whatever. This Atkins bar has 10 net carb, or yeah, 10 net carbs. No, okay, let's say it had 10 carbs. Okay, so the bar has 10 carbs and 5 dietary fiber grams or whatever. So then that would be subtracted from the carbs, because the fiber just, I guess, is supposed to help wipe out the food that you're eating, and so it doesn't count. I'm not a scientist, I don't know. So then there's 5 net carbs left over. And that's just not, it doesn't work quite as glorious as all of that sounds. So my nutritionist said, don't look at net carbs, you need to look at carbs. So it's a little difficult for me because I don't love meat and lots of green vegetables, obviously, or I wouldn't be in this situation. But I made a little listy list of the things that I eat, because some people have asked me what I'm doing, because it's working. Let me just start with some stats. I started my low carb diet early. I was just ready. I was just like, let's do this. Let's do this. Plus, I live with, if you haven't watched my other videos, I live with my parents, my husband, and my little toddler. So it's hard when you're in a house full of people and you have to make food for other people to stick with this. You gotta have some willpower in here too. But my parents have been awesome and decided that they would pretty much go along with the same diet too. They're doing like a Atkins style low carb diet with me. My husband is another story and another video. And anyway, moving on. So I started this diet 9 weeks ago. Today is August 8th. So I would have had to have started like mid-July, July 19th or something. But I started it on June 5th. So that's 9 weeks ago. And I've lost 28 pounds with it so far. So that's great. So I've already met my my 5% goal before surgery that was set there from my surgeon. Already met that. Don't have to worry about that. That's great. I also wanted to admit something out loud that I'm sure other people must happen to other people too. So when I went in to initially speak with the surgeon and they weighed me and I was like 377, and then we're all adults, I'm gonna swear, shit got real. And I was like, I'm never gonna be able to eat this stuff again. I need one more meal. I need this last meal. And I want this meal now too. And I'm not gonna be able to eat ice cream, so I'm gonna eat like this whole pint of Ben & Jerry's too. And so I gained a lot. I gained like 10 pounds or so. I think our scales are different from my scale is different from the doctor's scale. But basically, I weighed myself at home again a couple weeks later, and I had gained 10 pounds. So I'm using my highest starting weight as 388. So since then, I have lost 28 pounds, which is good. So I have some notes here about what I am eating. When I wake up in the morning, not hungry. Never been hungry, don't like breakfast. But I like smoothies. So I decided the best thing for me would be to make smoothies. So I'm gonna insert picture here. These are my smoothies, and I like them sweet. It's very satisfying. I don't feel hungry at all. It gives me energy. I don't eat anything until lunchtime again. They're delicious. You can modify them in many ways. You can add different kinds of things in moderation. And if you don't like, you don't want to make smoothies and stuff, you can always have, if you're like me and you don't want like an omelet and bacon when you wake up, you can have a small amount of like the plain Greek yogurt, just any kind of like, and that's another thing about this is you don't want any light or diet or anything like that, because the more fat they take out, the more sugar they're putting in, which is the carbs. That turns into carbs. And you just need to like look at the back of everything and just look at the carbs. You don't have to worry about the fat. I mean, it's gonna come off. So don't think that you need to be buying light yogurt or anything like that. You want the full fat, the whole milk, plain, not sweetened at all. So no vanilla. It needs to say plain yogurt, like Greek yogurt. You can have a little bit of that in the mornings. I put some Splenda in it, add a couple berries. Cottage cheese in the morning with a little bit of fruit is good. For lunch, I usually do like an omelet with a little bit of bacon. You're supposed to keep the meat that you eat a little bit on the lean side, but just don't tell my surgeon. So I have a little bit of bacon here and there. cheese. Turkey sausage is something I eat a lot of. Cobb salads with blue cheese dressing. And again, don't get light dressing. Most of the creamier based dressings are actually good, very low carb. For dinner, I mean, it's kind of different all over day, but like fish, shrimp, pork, lean hamburger. You can put cheese and bacon on the hamburger, just no bread. Salads, spinach, asparagus, broccoli, cauliflower. You can't really do too many like green beans, no peas, you know. I know those are green, but they're carby, starchy. For snacks, which is my downfall in life, I can tolerate and satisfyingly eat pork rinds, cracklins. I like the spicy ones. It's acquired. It's an acquired taste. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's crunchy. It's meaty. It's greasy. But it's something crunchy. Pickles are great. Olives are fine. Cheese, deli meat. You could just grab like a cheese and deli meat plate for a snack. Turkey jerky, nuts. And again, you don't want to eat too many nuts because they're pretty high in fat and they give you the bathroom issues. Okay, Jell-O, sugar-free Jell-O with whipped cream is a good option too. It's a sweet thing I give to me and my son at the end of meals sometimes, just as like a dessert-y thing, and that works out really well. Because we're allowed to have whipped cream, just not the light kind or anything like that. So basically, and every once in a while I'll still have an Atkins shake. It's, you know, they're, oh, I have one here. Could I have one right here? So the net carbs. It says 3 grams, but I'm looking on the back and there's actually 5 grams because I am not listening to the net carbs. So I'm going to mark this as a 5-gram snack, which I don't do every day, but I kind of skipped lunch today, so I'm feeling it. And one of the other important things is to not starve yourself, because you need to do this for your body, but you also don't want to starve yourself. You don't want to freak yourself out, because I've also, you know, I kind of did my freak out after my first appointment with my doctor and going out and eating bad things and stuff, but, you know, I think people need to get that out of their system a little bit. Maybe, you know, I think it's not going to be the worst thing in the world for you to have a little snack here or there, because it's going to be a long time since we have them again. And I am not condoning like what I used to do of bringing a whole Oreo bag in your bedroom and then it's half gone when you look down. I'm just saying, like, you know, if you're freaking out and you're wigging out and you're like, I'm never going to eat this stuff again, just have a little bit of a snack. Just have a little bite of and you, because this is all about a journey, and, you know, it's not going to be as simple as just, I'm just going to quit eating carbs and I'm going to be done. It's going to be great. You're going to relapse and you're going to freak out. So it's better to just figure that out about yourself. I think, you know, just give yourself a little treat here and there before your surgery if you need to. Just remember not to let it go. You know, you gotta just keep on track, and you know, you're doing this for so many reasons, and you gotta remember your motivation and use your willpower, and because after surgery we're not really gonna have choices. You know, we're not gonna have the option to go binge or whatever. So I think it's important to follow this low carb diet as best you can. And if you're doing good and you're, you know, feeling like you're wigging out or flipping out a little, just have that little snack. I had a little bit of popcorn last night because I was wigging out because my surgery's coming up in like a week. And I still lost this week. you know, I still lost 2.6 pounds. So, you know, just throw in a little more exercise if you really need. Nobody's gonna, you know, tell on you. But respect yourself, your diet, and don't let go. Like don't give up. Because we can do this, and these diets are set in here for a reason. And I'm talking too much. This is already 15 minutes long. Is it really? Oh my god. All right, I'm gonna end now. So there's my take on the 30 for 30 diet and some of the stuff that I eat every day. And I hope that it works as well for you as it is for me.